we are ready to kick off with the planning.
Okay.
Um, so you were trying to give a narrative of how we had started this data growth tech.
Yeah. So yeah, that's yeah, I did. So like I was saying, um, this platform was born out. Or the idea we all started as okay, like a Play Store. Alpha, you reached out to me and you're like, hey bro, can we like I want like have a session. I want to know what you're up to, and to even to learn from what you've learned so far, and I'll also share with you what I've also learned, you know, so far from my own line of work. And it all started as a joke, you know. So within that time, we started thinking, oh, so if we'll be able to be having something like this, why don't we like also display to the world, share those ideas? Because there's one thing that uh, I know, and I wish you also know, that there is no information that is not important, right? That thing that I think that is least important, that is not that bogus, the name is not that, shaking or large. A lot of person might be struggling with that kind of knowledge. All right.
Yeah.
So that actually propelled us to like create a platform where we'll be able to share this information to the world at large, and to anybody that have this kind of interest that we also have. And that is how it all started. And as it is going, more ideas are flinking in or flowing, and we are also now looking at how we can scale it and also have a larger community. And the main purpose of this is also to encourage people and to help people to navigate through their goals and ambitions, and also obscure their skills, and also to help them in their various challenges regarding this niche of technology. Yeah, so that is how the whole platform, the whole name DataBros came into play, right? I think Aritosh, well, what do you have to say?
Just as you said, you are just very on point. Actually, we had started with the fact that for my own self, I was struggling at work, which I reached out to you to say, oh, I know you've started your role before me, and you are a bit very much balanced compared to the extent to which I was struggling. So I felt it would be quite good for both of us to share the things we do at work and how we're able to process problems, which we actually did started. And the first instance we had the class and the section, it was quite interesting, and we learned from each other, and we proceed with it. And this whole idea was now coming in form of, oh, I think we should create a platform where we could document the process of our learning, as well as also reaching out to the masses, irrespective of their technical background. I used to say this is no longer the YDX. We are now doing the application directly.
Exactly. We are not dealing with the real life problem.
Exactly. And the most fun part of it is that as we can see that no one would require you in the real world to come and do some calculation for expected mean f of x, or write some formulas. It is with the data tools you use in achieving all these things. So most of the time we won't have fear of, oh, I'm not good at maths. Oh, my background in maths is shaking. The only thing you'll be needing at this instant that we both have come to that consensus based on our work experience, to see that is actually using your data tools like Power BI, SSRS, and whatever software or programming language, maybe Python or R, to do the analysis. But the only bit of it is understanding the outputs or the outcome, what this means in real sense, how does this impact and all that. So I think that's just it from my end.
Exactly. That's all covered. It all covers it. And yeah, we are glad that we've come to this. We've started. And yeah, though we've not gotten to where we wish to, but we believe at due time we'll get to that place.
Right, that's right. Okay, I think we are trying to think through and imagine what community we are looking to build. And specifically, I know we've been creating awareness to people about Data Bros Tech, and I've been getting some feedbacks and questions from some persons, which I think it might be wise for us to discuss through and agreed on a particular thing on what to do with regards to. I get feedback saying, okay, this Data Bros Tech, is it now that I'm informed, is it you would want me to be part of the team, you want me to be part of the community? What exactly is the end goal for the masses who are trying to reach us to? I know we've been doing a lot of publication from our social media handles. I'm pretty sure we've spread our tentacles around the almost all the social media. As long as you just go to any of the social media, just type in Data Bros Tech, something will come up, and you'll be seeing a logo that looks like this on the screen. So once you just see this logo, oh, that is awesome. Anyways,
that's the name.
Data Bros Tech. Anyway,
exactly.
I think it might be quite important for us to have a bit of discussion around what exactly are we trying to do with the masses, with the non technical people, with the people who even have the experience. I know sometimes people get new into the role, and sometimes I think they might be needing mentorship, which happens to be part of the things I had also struggled when I started. It was quite difficult for me, though I do have supportive line managers and my colleagues, but at some point it might not be so sufficient compared to someone you feel so free to be vulnerable with, telling them the exact truth.
Exactly. That's the whole point. That's the whole point, because sometimes we feel that being vulnerable will get us into trouble. Will make people feel that we are not
competent.
We're not competent with what we're doing. You understand? So having that person that you are so much vulnerable to, that will come to your aid, when you're in trouble, is very, very important. And definitely you know how work is. You know how work setting looks like. You understand? Being that vulnerable also kind of have this kind of impression on your colleagues.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really understand that. That's where you come to bridge that gap for you. You understand? And to help you master your journey, and to also scale through that hurdles. I
think particularly for the those who are not data expert or had no experience in data, but the fun part of it is you would think you do not have experience in data, but your day-to-day activity has been revolving around data. So technically we would be using those use cases that you are very much familiar with, your domain knowledge, which is the business understanding you have, then telling you how this aspect or how data analytics is applicable. And I think going through that route would actually ignite your interest around data, because I could imagine a manager, you work in the bank and you're pretty much familiar with banking data, and you have your thoughts around transactions and credit alert, debit alert, then you now begin to imagine what this data could actually do in terms of AI. I know a lot of things. So it's actually connecting to the fact that you have a niche around something you love to see, you to hear, and now the implementation of how data analytics can be used in in solving your business problems. So I know our backgrounds are a bit different in terms of I personally deal with health care data, hospital data, and stuff like that. And then you yourself deals with banking scenario and data and all that. But my conversation is going straight to that point when we are saying we are not restricting ourselves to just banking data scenarios and healthcare data scenarios, irrespective of what database you are familiar with or what niche of business you are around. You are the one who has the domain knowledge. Keep that domain knowledge, but ours is to see how we can use the data tools or data analytics tools in helping you automate some processes and get some things done. I don't know if I'm really making
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah, we'll be there to help you harness that that idea, that skills, and also to put some ignite or some things to nourish and also spice it up. And yeah, exactly where you say AI. Exactly, we've already known how AI is transforming a lot of things at the workspace. So with this, we will also try to tell you and also put you through and nurture you on how to use this, to better your work experience at your organization, and also to even your progression, and also to elevate your organization. Build a lot of things to help them, scale
Okay,
in their productivity.
that's quite good. I think we are really running out of time, so we want to make some decisions around certain things, which is some questions I had put before you previously. If you had remember talking about the the community at large, are we intending to get people involved as part of the community of the data bro stake, or integrate them into our team? So like, what is the perspective? How are we coming in? So we could have a picture, we could have a plan, a structured plan, so when things are happening we already know, okay, if this happens then this I don't know if that makes sense. And we'll be looking at the monetary aspect, because I'm pretty sure on the long run, although at the moment we're just starting, we've not started earning, but from time to time, as things progresses, and we'll be having some streamline of income coming in. But the most important thing for us at the moment is not even the money or the income coming in, is the impact you're able to make to the general public, and how useful this interface will be for those who want to build their career in data, those who want to be a business analyst, data analyst, or even an AI agent. I don't know if that's the right word to use, and as well, those who would want to use AI or data analytics to solve their business need. You understand? So,
So what you said, yeah, it's pretty important to to have people of like mind, people with same interests as ours, in our team, as a team. You understand?
okay.
Then definitely also there's community, there's team. These teams are those that will keep this community engaged, and also be of help at any given time when we are not available to address some issues. So I pretty agree with you to have something that we that have same interests with ours or similar. And I think this will help, in growing this community and also growing this platform. Because having a lot of persons with diverse experience is not actually a problem. But the main problem is the interest. You understand?
Okay.
Is the interest.
Okay. So I think we should be a bit specific. Now let's start with teams. The team. Now data bros tech, as you would see, bros, um, more like kind of brothers, and but in this context actually is just a generic name. Most times in Nigeria, who just refer someone as bros. So it's just a kind of fun way of referring to someone. So having a team is not a a thing of gender discrimination in terms of, I think data bros tech should be for brothers, should be for guys, or should be for, what I mean. So it should be
Actually,
there should be some
you
kind
have
of
a point there.
uh, equity and diversity, irrespective of your background. You're white, you are what is it called? You're white, you are black, you're male, you're female. The name is just a branding, data bros tech. And for the fun part, I I really want this interface to be a very playful interface, not looking so serious. Oh, these guys are too serious. Sometimes I had noticed that it doesn't work for me. But I don't know about you. Sometimes people get so serious about things, but for me, I get so serious about things. It feels like, oh, you're too serious. Nothing is entering. But if I play with it, sometimes the ideas and things just fall in place. So what I'm trying to say in essence is building the team shouldn't be there should be kind of equality and diversity, and the instances of nepotism, favoritism in terms of the selections and all that should be thing that shouldn't be in place. Then, just as you said, that interest and passion should be our key goal of looking at anyone who is really wanting to be part of the team. Either you be part of the team or part of the community. So it's more like you're part of the team, you're also part of the community. But you're part of the community, you might not be part of the team managing the data bros tech. And as you would see, just as you've said, having other people in diverse fields will help enhance this data bros tech. Even when we are not available, other things will keep going on. I don't know if you're getting the point. There'll be some form of structure, because left for us, we may not have the most idea, and we need people who are very creative. You understand? People who can think outside the box, people who can think beyond the physical, people who can imagine ideas that have not been in place. Then it becomes a hustle of how do we implement this, and quite interesting, challenging things to do. But one thing I will always say is, normally I will say I don't compete with others. Probably we shouldn't be competing with others, but one thing we can do is to get better every day. So at this point, we have built something quite interesting. Then the other thing we should be looking at is, we are already at the top. It's not the case. Is the case of, what can we improve? Let's get better at this particular thing we've done. So I have seen the best metrics to measure progress is getting better at what you do at every instant. That means today you want to be better than yesterday. You get the thoughts. So
Yeah, what you say is actually correct. Looking at it, you see data bros, like the way you call the name, bros. And what does that bros mean? When you call someone bros, it's someone that you feel comfortable with. That is who you call bros. You understand?
yeah.
So it's like some kind of you know a platform where you can be able to share ideas, relate with each other. So with that, we actually open to anybody that feels that he will also kind of be of a great help and input to us, yeah, at this starting phase. And yeah, we believe that we'll be getting there, right?
Yeah.
And like we are not those kind of persons that feel that um
That's okay. Anyways, falling back to same questions and in terms of the team, so we can look at the team. Do you think we should have a maximum number of people that should be included in the team? Let's start from there before we move to the monetary part and gradually. And if you think we should have a limit of the number of people we should take in to be part of the team, then what number are we looking at? Or how would you think it might be best for us to approach it?
Oh, okay. That's actually a nice question. Looking at it now, um, actually, we can call ourselves a startup, right? We can, boldly call ourselves a startup.
That's right.
So
That's right.
at this starting phase, I believe um, not too much. You understand? Having a confined set of person that we can onboard. Actually, looking at five. Five is not a bad number.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
five is not a bad.
when you say a team of five, do you mean myself and you with other three persons making five, or do you mean myself and you, then other five persons?
Okay, I'm looking at all of us as a team of five.
Okay, a team of five. Okay, for a start.
For a
Already,
start.
we've already started as a team of two actually. So we are talking about inclusion now. Okay,
Yeah, inclusion.
so so we are now looking at including other three persons. So do we have any specific background we are looking at to say if you do have this background in this, then like for myself now, I am pretty much amidst health related data, and yourself you are amidst um, banking data. Then are we thinking of some other kind of scenario or scenario? I don't know how to say that. Or it doesn't matter as long as the interest in being part of a team is, I don't know. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Um, so according looking at our niche, is more though we need inclusion. Looking at our niche as at the starting phase, we are diverse in terms of data, AI businesses, what have you. If you look at it, if you actually look at it, no business exists without information, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every information, every organization needs information. And what does that information? What is that information? Yeah, information is data, all right?
That's
So
right.
um, so that implies that yeah, we would also need someone who is also familiar with product in the sense of product management. You understand? Someone that can anchor the uh, creation of you know other applications, or any kind of person that can initiate and see the end of
Produce.
the execution of the product and the delivery and the
Okay.
deployment of those products, right?
Okay.
And also, um, so we'll be needing also people that have idea with data structures, like data engineers and data architectures, right?
Okay.
And also, I think we'll also be needing. But okay, let me just stop with this. You can include yours too.
Um. Um. Okay. You mentioned quite a useful thing, and as well people that have foundation in this stuff of AI implementation and stuff like that. But I think one thing that might be important is we are not looking at some persons who are already a professional, who are already good at
And
everything.
not at
We
all. Not at all. Not at all.
we are looking at someone who is passionate, who is so invested and committed in in whatever thing they do. So as long as they are in as part of our team in Data Brostech, there is prospect of them building themselves and enhancing the even the little knowledge they already have, they can expand on it. Of course, that is what we've been doing all this while. We've been sometimes having sections together and keep learning and learning. I think learning doesn't stop, isn't it? It doesn't stop. We
Not at
just keep
all.
learning every day. So
Like you say, it's a continuous process.
okay, so now we've made an important we've painted an important picture of the kind of persons we would want to be included as part of the team. Now the question would be, do we get to pay these three persons? Like, on what notes are we taking them in? Are they quite
Okay.
interested in, oh, just to be part of the team, and anything that comes out they share in the
So,
profit, or we pay them, or you get my point? Because I'm trying to look at the fact that sometimes someone or some persons could be in the midst of something. I don't know. You've changed. How many jobs have you changed now? So what I'm saying in essence,
let, 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 yeah.
yeah, what I'm
So I'm
saying.
looking at, yeah,
Okay,
as you already like in this progressive stage. Um, First of all,
introduction.
would actually need some volunteers at the
Oh,
starting stage. You
okay.
understand?
Mm,
And as we progress, that's one thing we should also be is we should be transparent. So when we start making that income or start making revenue, then we'll definitely start compensating or paying those in our team. You're right.
okay.
And yeah, so and also it comes with different options. We also propose options of if the one also would like to stake for the organization because we are looking at growing, right?
Hmm.
So, so just some of the options we might lay down to them as we start making revenue.
Okay. I think that's quite important. That's quite useful to say that we are also having them in mind. Um, and one other thing I want to also say, sometimes one could be in the midst of something, and when they find their ground, they might also think of starting up theirs. So we should also bear in mind that we are not taking anybody in with the notion that they have to stick with us and die with us. You get the point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's it's not a do or die affair. It's something like we say, it's something that we would like to, have people with same
well,
interests or similar interests. So it doesn't mean that if the interest let us change in future, that the person, definitely is an open environment. The person will be free to also believe, forge his own career or
yeah.
perspective.
And I think something that might be quite important is um, this platform wouldn't be for the team, wouldn't be a sort of second job. Let me use that word. You have your own job you are doing in the company you are working for. Do you understand? So you are still working for your company just as you are
You are
working.
volunteering. You kind of volunteering to service to render services to some a lot of person. You
Mm,
understand?
yeah,
So it's not like we are offering you a job right now,
exactly. That
but
is what I'm
we
trying
are
to say.
telling you if you have this same interest as ours,
Mm,
we would like to hear from you
mm,
and also to understand what your interest or what your interest is like, right?
okay.
So it's not like we are like
Employing you.
vouching or employing you at the initial, no, not
And
at all.
and
But one thing to bear in mind is when we progress, definitely we at this we will be very very transparent in our
our deals.
activities.
Yeah, I think that's quite important, so that somebody don't have to go and quit their job and say, "Oh, Data Bros Tech has So, just to be clear with that, okay, that makes plenty of sense. I'm very mindful of time, as time is so precious to everybody. Um, the other aspect is now the community. The community. We are looking at building a community of of data beginners, those who are new beginners who are starting a new role in data, those who are non-data expert aspiring to build their career in data, those with advanced experience in AI and stuff like that. Because the truth of the matter is, at some point, some persons will be taking some ideas into the organization where they work. Do you understand? So it's just like a platform where everything is happening. Oh, you are an advanced expert. Oh, it suits well for me too. You are a beginner. It suits well for me too. So it's more like being accommodating everyone in the platform. Or do we tend to build the community as a form of a cluster where we have new beginners, medium, advanced, those kind of
I don't think we should segment them in that pattern.
okay.
It will raise some eyebrow. So, but having everybody play in the same level ground, in the same field, will actually help. Where even the learners and the experts will have a level ground where they can communicate. All right, where there will
Okay.
be an exchange of information and exchange of ideas. And also building of connections, right? So it shouldn't be a way where we should not segment them. Say, these are classes of novice, these are classes of intermediary. No, this should be a level ground for all this.
Okay, okay. So it's quite important that we have a hub, kind of a hub, a community hub, a data bros community hub that accommodates everyone, as we're being inclusive. And I'm pretty sure that there could be some things that are for beginners that even someone who is advanced might even overlook. For with such kind of community, they get to learn from it because we keep learning every day, and that's one being sorted. Do you think it's also important to anchor some kind of webinars, or kind of inviting some, maybe a guest speaker or something relating to any discussion we have around data, or some sort of thing, or even the the big companies we know of, Google, Microsoft, maybe having some kind of section with them on certain things. I don't know, but I'm just saying, do you think it's important to include at some point when we get to invite people to deliver something, or you think anything that will be delivered to the community, like webinars or sections, should be only done by Data Bros Tech team?
Okay, so I would say, um, looking at where we are going, the community we would like to have, I would say having that inclusion of webinar or sessions with people outside the community will be of a great benefit to the community. The reason is that it will help to build this synergy between these various individuals or organizations. With that, it will actually also even benefit the platform and the community. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So in that case, there will be a exchange of various knowledge, and we getting to know how these people work and how they operate. Because one thing is for sure, We don't know where we don't know where we might end up, who we might end up with. So getting those informations will be of help. It will help broaden our knowledge in diverse things.
Okay, that's quite important. And I also did want to mention that another thing again we really want to work on, which is for a lot of students who are schooling, who are getting ready to get into the markets, and we'll also try as much as we can to bridge that gap between what I learn in school and what happens in the outside world, because I know a lot of times some things and some thoughts and learnings happens at school, but some of them are being used, but some are not really used. Because I remember, imagine me doing my master's in mathematics and data science, and just for me to start work as a senior information analyst, I struggle. So the question is, oh, MSc, mathematics and data science. Then what have I been taught in school? I've been taught something in school actually, but most of them, like the use cases, wasn't so paramount to. I wasn't seeing the picture, or probably the way the classes is being taught is taught like yeah, a school. Yeah, it's actually a school. Yeah, but it's more like, imagine one going to a technical school and someone going to a high school. When they land in a job, you see the difference between one who has gone to a technical school and one who has gone to a high school. Because the one that have gone to a technical school, they've been taught with use cases of scenarios, how the implementation happens, compared to one who has gone to a high school that has been taught only theoretical part and say, oh, this, and no evidence to to show. But it only takes those who are extremely intelligent, to start using the theoretical knowledge to apply to the real to the real life situation. So this
Yeah,
platform as well will help to bridge that gap. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to add on.
that's pretty fine. Exactly. You said it all. You actually said it all. Because currently, the way the school is programmed, it's so programmed that you go to school to learn the theoretical knowledge of which has no practical implementation. But having a platform where you would not that will help you, not you having to spend your whole how many years in school without having a clear view of how it is being done. Because normally, what should be the pattern of our educational system is where whereby you go and that stuff that you're trying to learn, you learn it as a practical, instance on how it is being implemented or applied. You understand? So
Yeah,
when you go through this pattern, definitely you will be so accustomed to that. But after school, you will start again learning on how to implement that in the real world scenarios. So this platform will bridge
okay.
that gap because the gap is becoming pretty bigger. So
Mm,
we will try to close up on that gap so
okay.
that you will not spend more years learning, but rather implementing.
Yeah, I think the fun part of it is, by the time you students, those in kind of high school, those in university, VSc, MSc, PhD, whatsoever background you have, as long as you can operate a laptop, as long as you can double click, as long as you can be able to use a computer, it's quite important to understand that with this platform, they are getting ready for the real life situation. And I think relatively, I think we've already touched on the two
Yeah.
aspects of the team and community. Um,
That's it.